I want to say congratulations. Because you kept this young family alive, not always well, but alive. Now, let me tell you this one. I drive a lot on 71, north as well as south. And when I get up to Linwood and turn left, most of the time I don't want the light to catch me. Some of y'all don't understand what I mean. But on the corner there, on the northeast corner, is an establishment called Lawrence A. Young and Son Funeral. And I try to stay away from that as much as I can. But let me just say this. I met the Joneses when I was on the police department back in the 50s. And just moved from 18th and Park. And Mr. Jones and Ms. Jones and I became very close. And for some strange reason, now Mr. Jones would call me Brother Brooks. I call him Brother Jones. Sister Jones would call me Mr. Brooks, and I call her, I don't know, maybe because I look so old. There's a reason why she called me Mr. Brooks. But let me just say, when they moved to Linwood and Woodland, there was a lot of conversation in our community about who owned them. I said, y'all remember that? So you remember that somebody else owned it rather than the Joneses? You may not even understand that, but they did. But I'm happy to say, and you're happy to say, that the Joneses have stayed in business for the last 75 years, one way or the other, with the Joneses connected and now full control of the Jones service. And so it's an honor for me to be here. And now, Brother Jones is a few years older than me. I'm 93, and he would have been about 100, 101. But the relationship was brotherhood. And I can remember in 1968, anybody remember who ran for president in 1968 from the Republicans? Real quick, historian, who ran for in 1968? Well, y'all didn't go to black schools. I did. Richard Hillhouse Nixon. Now let me tell you how I know that. The late Mr. Lucille Bluford called me one Friday and said, Brooksy, what are you doing tomorrow? She's doing that 25th in Montgomery. I said, what do you want me to do? She said, I want you to take me somewhere. And so I picked her up and we went down to the hotel right at the corner of 13th and Baltimore Hilton by the President Hotel on the mezzanine. There was Richard Milhouse Nixon. He had lost the election to Kennedy and decided to make another run for it. And who did I find there? The black Republicans, Lincoln Republican, Mr. Lawrence A. Jones. Also, I was thinking some other folks, the people that, God have mercy, come on, you're 93 years old, but you can do better than this. Anyway, the Lincoln Republicans were there. And so I felt kind of, I didn't want them to know that I was a Democrat because they might have put me out in Mr. Buford that day ride home, so I'd rather say it. But it's interesting, that's the year that Nixon won. Although he got embarrassed, that somebody else ought to be embarrassed these days, but he got embarrassed. And of course he had to give it up. But my point was, those were the Lincoln Republicans, and only here in Kansas City. Tom Pendergast is what began to draw the black vote to the Democrats. And that's why the black Republicans kind of fell on the side. But I'll give you that as history. The Jones is very close to me, always has been and always will be. And so I hope that's the same thing for you, that you're not just taking advantage of the dinner, but you're here because you love the Joneses. Not just the Joneses, but the Joneses are here to celebrate. Congratulations on 75 years. May God continue to take my place. Thank you.